Protect your energy. No, for real. There are weird people out there. You cannot just be friends with anyone because the vibe that person has directly spills onto you. I have a really great group of friends, but let me tell you, I have came across some weird stuff. Like, have you ever met someone who will study you so closely, talk about you, do all that jazz, and then try to embody your whole being? I'm talking like trying to be you in an extreme measure. Creepy. Those are the ones to be aware of. Another red flag, people who will tell you what other people have said about you to them. Why were they so comfortable coming to you in the first place? Immediately no. Like, sometimes people are so unhappy with themselves that they will try and overproject, and they'll just take their insecurities out on you, and sometimes they don't even know it. And that's why I'm so grateful for the group of friends that I do have, because surrounding yourself with the wrong people can make or break you. Anyway, that's all.
For the first time, I'm gonna do my makeup drama-free. I woke up at 7 a.m. today, made hot cocoa, and watched Elf with my brother. It's my favorite Christmas movie. But funny story, I saw a dream of me getting kidnapped. But for some reason, it felt so real. So I told my mom about the dream, and she's like, oh my god, you're describing something that happened. Huh? What? Huh? My mom was telling me the story, and I was like, I just saw this in my dream. Creepy. When I was 8 years old, my mom wanted to take me shopping, so we went downtown. It was on Christmas Eve, very busy. I was holding my mom's right hand. There was a homeless lady on the sidewalk sitting crisscross. All of a sudden, I feel someone grabbed me and pulled me to their chest. Yeah. Like, I was small. I'm 8. My mom immediately felt my
Story time while I test out some new makeup products. So one weekend actually, Mommy Dearest went out of town to go see one of her best friends. Now we're gonna call this story not Project X, we're gonna go with Project W. So Mommy Moose goes out of town to visit one of her best friends, and I had asked her, can I have a few people over, and she was like, yeah, chill. So the plan was to have a few people over. Obviously, when you're having parties, more people than you intended are gonna show up, so I purposely invited less people to make room for like 15 extra people, right? Like, not a big deal. So the plan was, after the basketball game, it was on, Friday night, I think, Saturday night maybe. After the basketball game, all the people invited were gonna come back to my house. I live really close to school, like really close to school, so my house is, if you know where I live, like, nothing's gonna stop you from showing up. This was last year, so I was a junior, and I invited mostly juniors. So after the basketball game, me and my friend she was helping me set up the party, we sprinted back to my house and started getting the music on and, like, getting everything together. People start showing up, yay, woo, fun party, like, yeah, well, it was great, it was super fun. So then I go inside my house to go to the bathroom. Okay, I have it's like my house, and then the garage is separate from the house, so my plan was to have the party mostly in the garage and keep everyone outside / in the garage, so my house didn't get fucking trashed. So I'm like, okay, girl, I'm going to the bathroom, keep tabs on whatever's happening. So I go inside, go in the bathroom, and she texts me, and she's like, get the fuck outside. So I go outside, and the amount of people that were there went from like 35 to probably 70. My house is not big. My house is not big enough for 40 people alone. So it was pretty cramped at this point. But whatever, it's chill. People seem to stop coming, like, cool. It was great. We're having a good time. And then I literally blink, and the amount of people there, like, quadrupled. So like I said, I was a junior at the time, so I had invited mostly juniors, and then some seniors showed up. I played volleyball, so I knew some of the older girls, and whatever, their friend group came, then they brought their friends, and they brought their friends, and they brought their friends, and they brought blah, blah, blah. And I live in a very, like, hot-spotted area, I guess. Like, the main shopping center is right across the street from my house. Like, I live in a very... people can get to my house easily. So by, like, 10:30, I would say at least 130 people are at my house. How many of them do I know? Probably 40. Like, hello? And then there was this kid named Ben who like went away for some basketball like academy. He was really good, and he was back, and I guess he brought like all of his like 5-star like basketball friends. Like these 6'7" ass motherfuckers are just walking into my house. They were like top rated prolific preps players. Like the amount of people there was fucking ridiculous. And then the rival team that we just played in basketball, all of them showed up. And then the rest of their school pretty much showed up. So just to recap, most of the junior class, half of the senior class, a good half of the sophomore class, the junior class of a rival school, their basketball team, some of their seniors, and then another third-party school had a bunch of their juniors come and some of their seniors. So it was fucking ridiculous. It was so loud, and because the party was so big, there were like 3 big JBL speakers. It was like 3 different, like every corner of my fucking property, there was like a small party going on. I got to the point where I realized there was absolutely nothing I could do about the amount of people showing up and the amount of people that were continuously like flooding through my gate. So I started having fun and relaxing and whatever. It's out of my control now. And then someone screams like, cops. So I go into panic mode. I'm like, everybody leave. But I'm like a 5'3" little girl. No one can fucking hear me or like see me. So I have to get some of my other friends to like shout, fucking leave, everybody leave! For as long as the party was going on, that's how long I think it took me to fucking clear everybody out. So once everybody left, I did my best to like clear out every bottle, every can, every piece of trash and throw them in my trash can as fast as I can and like get inside and turn the lights off so it looked like nobody was home. So I'm scrambling, and I get inside and I think I did a decent job of clearing everything up. And then it starts to rain, and the rain washed away any evidence that there was ever a party. To this day, my mom still thinks I only had 20 people over.
Do you ever get caught by your parents and just stay traumatized for the rest of your life? Yes. So, I was 13, and we all know that age is so rotten, and I was just starting to realize things. I remember around that time, I was really, really obsessed with fan fictions, and I would just read the nastiest shit you could possibly imagine about, like, you know, the celebrities. And my parents were always like very restrict on like using my phone, especially when it was like school year. They would just take my phone away, but for some reason one year they didn't. And not only I was like reading a lot of fan fictions, I was also very into anime hentais. So one day, because I didn't have internet, I decided to download the fanfiction on my mom's phone and then transfer it to my own phone. Does that make any sense? So I was this close to like get the whole thing done and then put my mom's phone down and pretend like I didn't do anything until she saw me and she was like, "What the fuck are you doing with my phone?" And I ran away to my room, closed the door, sat behind it, and she was just banging on the door to like get the phone back. Now, there are so many things I could have done. I could have just lied to her and be like, yeah, I'm just doing this, I don't know, school project and I don't have internet. I could have just been like, yeah, I'm like downloading this game. And I could have done so many things. But instead, I decided to act a fool and expose myself in front of her when I could have just saved the situation. So she yelled from the other side and she was like, if you do not open this fucking door, I'm gonna break it. So I opened the door, she got the phone, and she saw that I was transferring some files. So I only had some fan fictions in her phone, and she went through the files, she opened them, she was reading it, and she was like, what in the hell is this? Like, what kind of source, what are you even reading? Like, what is this? And she said, give me your phone so I can check your phone too. And what I had forgotten was that I had screenshotted so many hentai pictures off of Google. Would you please go to part 2 if you don't mind? Thank you.
Get ready with me to go paint pumpkins with my friends. I know it's not October yet, but Halloween is like one of my favorite holidays. Start getting into the fall mood. I'm so tired today. Last night I went to a gallery opening with my sister and her husband and some of their friends, and it was for Tyler Shields. He is the photographer who fed a alligator Birkin to an alligator, and then also I think took a chainsaw to one and cut it in half. The exhibit ended up being super cool, and he actually was there for it. So my sister went up and talked to him. He was really nice. And with him was Emily Lind, who is in the Gossip Girl reboot and then also the movie The Babysitter. I kind of wanted to go up and say hi to her, but the opportunity just never really came up. I'm doing this technique that this makeup artist that was in my sorority, I guess, called gym lips. So where you line your lips, and then you put like something like this on it. Nice juicy lips. She goes on gym lips. She's awesome, and I am like obsessed with her. Gotta go do my hair and pick out my outfit, but I'll see y'all later.
The drama in my life right now isn't even mine. It's like the shit I overhear in the school bathroom, and now I'm like invested. Yesterday I was in there minding my business, doing my business, and these two girls come in, not to use the bathroom. What they were talking about was wild. Now, before I continue, I'm not judging. It's your life. You do you. It's just crazy to hear. Now, I know a decent amount of people in my grade and the grade below me. So, then these people I didn't recognize, so which means they were like freshmen, or maybe sophomores, but probably freshmen. So this one girl's like, oh my god, like I like your bracelet or like something. She gave her a compliment. She was like, thanks, like I got it yesterday. Oh, where'd you get it? And she was like, oh, I stole it. And I was like, oh, okay. Stealing is not that uncommon, so that wasn't the big shock. And then the other girl was like, oh, it's so cute. Like, do you think you could steal me one? The other girl was like, oh yeah, like I can steal it after school. Like, isn't your birthday soon? Like, it can be your birthday present. We can like do it together. And I was like, oh my god, that's a really interesting way to bond. And then a third girl walks in and she's like, yo, not saying names, I got your shit. And then one of the girls walks away, and then the other two girls start making out. Again, you do you, like, pop your pussy in the school bathroom, but they were like making out, and I'm sitting there like, they start doing whatever they're doing, and I'm sitting there like, fuck, I can't leave the bathroom right now, that's like weird. So they finish sucking face, and one of the girls is like, okay, like, I love you, bye. And she leaves the bathroom, and then another girl came in. I could tell because I was washing their shoes. Another girl came in and starts making out with the girl that was just making out with the other girl who just did the drug deal with the other girl. And they're like smacking on each other too. And then the new girl who just came in is talking about some like, oh, is your ex still bothering you? Like, God, she's so annoying. And the girl's like, yeah, she was just in here, like, stalking me. Like, it was so weird. I was like, oh, you, what? So then I come out the bathroom, because I've been in there for a really long time, and I'm like, I give her, like, the, like, smile, you know what I mean? And she was like, hi, and I was like, hi. And then I went back to class, and now every day I've been looking at everybody's shoes, trying to figure out who the fuck these girls were. Love you, and I will report back.